So it's almost 6 o'clock, and supposed to be up in 30 more minutes anyway. But my body had other plans. I had to use the bathroom, so I'm up now. But wow, woke up and saw that I had 38 new subscribers. So that's a little over 10% of what I previously had. Apparently, a lot of you want to see art tutorial videos or even just drawing videos at normal speed. And I can do that. I do need to figure out a good setup for my other tripod, because it is one that artists tend to use, at least so it seems, but I just need to get a good angle and get a good zoom in on the works that I do. As for gaming material, I can try. For some reason, I have trouble linking my gaming account to this channel, so I'll see if I can do that. I mean, I don't really play anything other than zombies game, like Call of Duty Zombies, or maybe Borderlands, or GTA 5. I mean, that's really about all that I play at the moment. But excuse me, I can still try and upload some different content. As far as, there was one suggestion about handling stress and anxiety, so I figured I would just talk about that. I'm still trying to handle my own stress and anxiety, but one thing that I find helpful is finding things that I like to do and distracting myself by doing those. So if I like to go out and go drive somewhere, or go out and get coffee, that's something that can distract me. If that doesn't work after a while, which I noticed that when handling, well, for me, depression and anxiety and all that fun stuff, if I'm doing the same thing for too long, then the monotony of it actually sets in, and I can't actually focus and do anything. So then you fall into that hole. So then that's when it's time to just do something else. Just go out and do something else. For me, it would be go to the gym, or try and draw, make videos. That's another thing. What else? I mean, now I can just drive, so I can just drive somewhere else. Granted, I do not trust myself to drive to a bar, so, well, I mean, I do trust myself enough to drive to a bar. It's just if I go out with friends, then that's when I won't trust myself, because I know I'll probably have too many drinks to drive home, and I'd rather prefer not Ubering, back home, and then having to Uber back out to my car. So, but yeah, I mean, that's usually what I do to handle anxiety. I mean, stress, when it comes to stress from work, and when I say stress, I mean like mild stress. I'm not talking about stress that nurses, teachers, doctors have to put up with. I'm not talking about that kind of stress. I'm just talking about like normal stress, like, oh, you're working a busy shift and it's not slowing down. That's when you kind of just need to pace yourself. Don't go too fast. Don't try to satisfy and appease an asshole manager who's telling you to go faster. So usually that's what I've done when it comes to handling work-related stress, is I would just slow down. I mean, why are you going to tell me to speed up if it's not doing anything, and it's only causing me to fall deeper into this hole where I'm just stuck, frozen mentally. As far as stress from anything else in my life, I just try to distract myself, or take some deep breaths. But I don't find that always helps. I just find that talking or just immediately distracting myself tends to work. However, the issue with this method is that you have to constantly do it, and that's why it is such a pain in the ass to live with depression constantly, because you have to constantly distract yourself. We're not talking about depression from like just one, small incident, or not one small incident, but just one incident where you can overcome it. We're talking about like lifelong stress. Well, not lifelong stress. Sorry, lifelong depression. Still waking up, but you know, it really, it really started compounding itself when I lost family members and also had a shitty job search. You know, I'm still having a hard time finding anything else in terms of work, because I do have a part-time job that pays pretty well, but it's contract. So even if I get full-time hours, I still would have to pay for my own health insurance, which, it's not really worth it, at least not to me. Because you're relying on probability, and you're just relying on paying your deductible in full each year before you even have to pay out of pocket. And it's like, well, or before insurance even covers anything. And it's like, if you're a normal, healthy person, at least I hope I am, then how are you going to reach your deductible if you're just going for like doctor's visits? There's no point in paying into this, into your insurance. At least so it seems. I mean, granted, you could have an insane hospital bill, and insurance might cover like 90% of that, which is still obscene that hospitals charge. Here's an example. I had an appendectomy last Mother's Day. Literally last Mother's Day, and so my mother spent her Mother's Day in the hospital beside me, as well as my ex spent the hospital beside me, or she spent the night, beside me. But yeah, they were trying to charge me over $95,000 for a procedure that's common and necessary, something that I can't even help. So help that make sense to me. How do you charge that much for a procedure that's necessary, a life-saving procedure that's necessary, that like 99.9% of people have? So, yeah, I mean, obviously the insurance covered almost all of it. It's just, that's ridiculous that that they even try charging that. Anyway, I'm ranting, but see, even just talking about stuff like this kind of helps me with anxiety and stress, because I'm just getting this out there and getting something off my chest. But yeah, healthcare should not be monetized. That's just my hot take. I wouldn't even call it a hot take. I would just call it a normal take. Certain things, yeah, it could be monetized, but other things like life-saving medicine, life-saving procedures, that's what taxes should be for. But no. Seems like we just want to throw it all into the military, or not even put any of it into education as well. Like, we're just taking from the necessary resources that can help people and putting it towards something that's really just only going to help people in time of war, which really makes me nervous. Anyway, as far as handling anxiety and stress, find activities you like to do and distract yourself with it. Distract yourself with these activities. Cycle through them throughout the day. Find new activities. Find activities that you're comfortable trying and do them. Find an activity that maybe you're not 100% comfortable trying, but you would do it anyway, because it's not a dangerous activity, I hope. I wouldn't encourage you to go skydiving. Unless you're on your deathbed already, then there's no point in avoiding that. So anyway, thank you to the new subscribers, and as far as drawing videos go, I'll try and start doing the drawing videos, maybe Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because that's when I really have the downstairs area free and open, where I can actually make videos without distracting anyone. Because my brother, he watches videos on his phone, so that's fine, but I don't want to start talking and distracting my mother from watching her videos or yeah. So anyway, I'll try and set up the tripod to do that. As far as, you know, the math and physics videos, I'll probably wait to see what my paycheck is today before going and buying, you know, $120 worth of materials, you know, a chalkboard and chalk. I do have an area over here where I could probably fit it. At least I think it will fit. I had to take some measurements, but yeah. So, video's getting long, but I want to say thank you, and I'll talk to you guys later.